Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads Mahabharata 177. As you may remember, Duryodhana and his friends went to the forest to harass the Pandavas. They were followed by a large and impressive retinue. Their wives in attendance accompanied them. They reached the beautiful lake of Dwaitavala and camped there. Then began the inspection of the cows. It was over soon. The king, Duryodhana, distributed gifts and riches to the cowherds. They now began to hunt in the forest. They were bent on enjoying themselves. They had heard that the Pandavas had left Kamyaka and had come to Dwaitavala. The spies of Duryodhana found out this piece of information for him. He at once decided to go to the lake for a swim, since the Pandavas were in the neighborhood of the lake. Duryodhana went to the lake with all his women. The lake had already been occupied by a Gandharva, who had come there with his retinue. The servants of Duryodhana went to him and reported that the lake had already been occupied by a Gandharva. Duryodhana was quite annoyed. He sent word to the Gandharva that the Kaurava monarch had come there with his queens, and so the lake had to be vacated. The servants carried the commands to the Gandharva. He attached no importance whatever to the commands. He laughed and said, "Tell that foolish king of yours that I am not bound to obey him. He seems to think the denizens of heaven will obey his orders. As for you, go away from here soon if you value your lives. You can go and tell your king what happened here." Duryodhana was very angry when he heard about the insolence of the Gandharva. He collected all his troops and went towards the lake. When the Gandharva heard that the Kaurava monarch was marching towards the lake with the intention of fighting with him, he gave orders to his soldiers to fight back. The army of Duryodhana was frightened by the strength of the Gandharvas. But Radeya was undaunted. He rallied the ranks and fought with the Gandharvas. The army of Duryodhana was now in danger of being defeated. Duryodhana, Shakuni, and Dushasana, with the rest of the crowd, now joined Radeya and fought with the army of Gandharvas. Seeing his army being defeated by Radeya and the others, the Gandharva chief joined in on the fight. He fought fiercely. The Kaurava army could not stand the onslaught. But Radeya fought still. Duryodhana and the others, too, fought very well, but they soon found the Gandharva to be too strong for them. Radeya could not fight anymore. He had to leap from the chariot and run away, to his eternal shame. At the sight of this, there was panic in the Kaurava army. Duryodhana, however, fought on. He did not turn his back on the enemy. He was made to lose his chariot. He stood on the ground and continued to fight, but he was soon overpowered by the Gandharva. He lifted Duryodhana by the hair, tied his arms behind him with ropes, and carried him away in his chariot. Dushasana and his brothers, too, were tied up and carried away. The women also were being taken away by the Gandharva. There was panic in the retinue of Duryodhana. In despair, the remaining people came to the ashram of Yudhishthira and said, "The sons of Dhritarashtra and their women are all being taken away by a Gandharva. You must please pursue him and rescue our king." Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.